Before you apply for your skilled worker visa in the UK after you secured a COS from your employer, now there are two numbers you need to look at on the certificate of sponsorship, which are the sponsor license number and the certificate of sponsorship license number. Now, for the sponsor license number, it has to contain a combination of 9 digits and characters, while the certificate of sponsorship number must contain people getting their visa revoked. Now, one of the things that's really going around in the UK among immigrants now is the fact that so many people are getting issued a fake certificate of sponsorship. Now, guys, the reason why we make these videos basically is just to create awareness, so people who haven't fallen victim yet can be aware and then pay so much attention before they get any certificate of sponsorship from an employer. So that's why in this video I'm going to share with you the things you need to look out for on your certificate of sponsorship. And also, if you've applied for a certificate of sponsorship and it's taking a lot of time, I'm going to be answering some of the questions I got asked in my previous video around COS allocation to people looking at applying for the skilled worker visa. So there's certain information you need to check out on your COS before you apply for your skilled worker visa. There are so many people who have gotten a response from the Home Office, and the reason why they got rejected on their visa application is because they applied for that visa with an invalid certificate of sponsorship. So you need to make sure you look at some of the things I'm going to be talking about in this video on your COS before you push out the application. Trust me, guys, you don't want to be on a bad radar or on a bad note with the Home Office. When you push an application with a fake COS, it shows that you're probably trying to defraud the Home Office, and that's going to put you in a very terrible light. And of course, trust me, you don't want to be in that particular situation. So if you're looking at applying for your COS very soon, or you know someone is about to do that, or someone who just got a COS, then you want to make sure they watch this video to the end before they push out that skilled worker visa application to the Home Office. So if this sounds like something you'd like to know, don't go anywhere, keep watching till the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do well to hit the subscribe button. My returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Go ahead with sharing the information you need to check out on your COS before you apply for your skilled worker visa. I would like to give answers to some of the questions I got on my previous video when I talked about the delay in COS allocation, by the Home Office to employers and potential skilled worker holders. Now, one of the first questions I got asked was that this person said, "I have been expecting my COS since October. Please, what is the latest date on the COS issuance?" And the truth is, now the Home Office is taking a lot of time now to approve COS, and the reason is because of the new regulation. So many of people who are who are case workers in the Home Office are also trying to get clarification and keep themselves up to speed with the immigration policies. So it's taking a while, and ideally, if this is March and you apply since October, that's really a long time of waiting. However, you need to go forward and ask questions from your employer to get to contact the Home Office to get to know the updates on your certificate of sponsorship application. Now, another question I got asked is, I submitted application in January but didn't get any COS or any response from the Home Office. What should be the date to get my COS? Ideally, on a normal circumstance, many times COS issuance takes within a week, but if it's taking longer, as I can see from this conversation, it's taking over almost 2 months now. The truth is, it's just the situation right now. You just need to wait and hope that the Home Office give a response quickly. So probably your employer can just give like a little nudge to the Home Office to get to know what exactly is the status of your application. Now, that question I got asked is, my UK employer applied for my COS and got response from the Home Office, decision pending. What does this mean? Now, it basically means they haven't made a decision whether the COS will be approved, or not. So, because the reason is because now some of the things they're actually looking out for now is not just the fact that an employer applied for COS and they get the COS. No, they're not trying to look at, okay, based on the previous application of the employer, are they actually applying for the same kind of number of international workers? If they're applying for more, why exactly are they doing that? Are they compliant with CQC regulations, among other things? So these are some of the things the Home Office is currently looking at, and this is taking longer time for them to approve, give a decision on the COS application. Now, that question I got asked is, why is the UK Home Office not giving COS approval for skilled worker? I have submitted my documents in November and still waiting for approval. Is it possible that the Home Office started giving COS approval for skilled worker visa? Now, the truth is, as I said earlier, it's really taking long. So I guess I've answered this particular question in the responses I gave earlier. Another question is, please, the company I got a job with got their license removed. and the employer told me that they are doing compliance check. Is this possible? Now, for this person who asked this question, if you're in this situation and the current employer you're working with already got their license removed, it's time to start looking for another sponsor. Trust me, you don't want to be at the receiving end of the situation between the Home Office and your employer. So if they've gotten their license removed or they're currently on suspension, then this is the right time to start applying for another job and try to get a certificate of sponsorship from another employer. Don't sleep on this. Don't wait hoping that they're going to get their license back. It's time to make that move and push out your application, because if they don't have a license, they definitely not going to be able to continue to sponsor you, and that's going to affect your rights to stay in the United Kingdom. Now, that question I got asked is, does it matter when the start date on the COS is? If the start date on the COS is on March 18, will that affect getting the visa before the 11th of March? Now, this is where it works, yeah? Now, if you're able to get your visa before 11th of March, now the change in policy has no effect on you. It means that you can still bring in your family if you got the visa before March 11th, even though you might start working after March 11th, if that makes sense. So if you're getting your visa before March 11th, it means that you've gotten that skilled worker visa before the law or the new policy is expected to take effect. So that's actually wouldn't affect you if your visa is approved before 11th of March. Another question I got asked is, please Daniel, is it possible for someone who is already in the UK with skilled worker visa to switch to another visa with another employer after March 11th? Yes. So if you're switching to another employer, the new policy has no effect on you. It's you're actually not going to be affected. So you can switch employer, and you can when you switch employer, of course, you need to update your visa. You can change employer. It's all of those policies wouldn't affect you in any way after March 11th, 2024. When you get a certificate of sponsorship, now, of course, the first thing you need to look out for is to make sure that your personal details are correct. You don't want to have wrong personal details on your COS when you're pushing out your application. Now, another important thing you need to look at on your certificate of sponsorship after you've gotten it is to check online on the UK government website whether your employer company has a sponsor license or not. Now, so many people, one of the persons I had interaction with, who applied for their skilled worker visa with a fake COS, was that when they got the response from the Home Office mentioned that this COS is not valid, and of course they wouldn't be pushing the application forward. Of course, they got a denial or rejection on the application. Now, and it was really sad because the moment we had a conversation, the first thing I asked was, what is the sponsor's name? And I put the information on the the register of licensed sponsor, and the sponsor's name was not there. Now, it might be that the sponsor used to have a license but don't have a license anymore, or for whatever reason they actually are not on the register of licensed sponsors. So that was actually got a register rejected. So if you're getting a sponsor or you're getting a license or a COS from an employer, make sure you go check on the register of licensed sponsors and check if that employer is on that register. If not, don't bother using that fake COS they're giving you to apply for the skilled worker visa. So the full list of UK approved licensed employer sponsors are available on the government of UK website, and just as you can see, this is actually what the front page of the website looks like. So all you need to do is just to click on the list of registered licenses, put your employer or potential employer's name or details there, and you get to see if they are actually a licensed sponsor. Guys, this is an obvious thing that so many people are still making mistakes around, and when we make videos like this, it's just to ensure that we reinforce that information to make sure that you are well informed on what exactly you're doing in relation to immigration policies. Now, another thing is you must verify details of the company on the UK Company House website. To check the company records, including registration, you can verify the company address, registration date, their accounts, name of directors, UK company website. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video so you can get more information about the employer you're about to, or you actually got a COS for. Now, many people are getting this fake COS because they're not doing this due diligence before. Many people are just eager and in a hurry to get the COS because of the old 11th of March policy. Guys, make sure that you are looking at all of this information, verify that company before you accept that COS and push your application to the Home Office. Now, another thing you also need to look out for is that the UK licensed sponsor should issue you a certificate of sponsorship. This is an electronic document, usually between 2 to 3 pages. Employees will use COS to apply for a visa. This document will have the sponsor license number, name of company, job role, salary, start and end date of job. If your employer is not giving you a copy of COS, this means that they might not have a sponsor, a license to sponsor at all. So please make sure you look at all of this information on the COS before you apply for your visa. Now, for the sponsor license number, this is usually in the combination of 9 digits and characters. Example is what you have on the screen. So that is what your sponsor license number should look like. If you have any license sponsor number that doesn't have a combination of 9 digits and characters, then you need to question our COS. Another thing you also need to look out for is the certificate of sponsorship number. Now, this is a combination of 11 digits and characters. So these are some of the things you need to look at on your COS before you apply it. You don't want to apply for your visa with a fake COS. Guys, please be informed and make sure you're doing the right thing on your visa application process. I hope you find value from this video. If you do, click on the like button. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, do well to hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And by returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.